This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 8-year-old shot and a man killed during attack in St. James. An 8-year-old boy has been hospitalized in serious condition after gunmen opened fire on a motorcycle transporting children from school in Cambridge, St. James on Tuesday. The driver of the motorcycle was killed and his daughter injured in the attack. He is 32-year-old O'Shane Wilmot of a Cambridge address. It is reported that about 3:30 p.m., Mr. Wilmot picked up his daughter and a little boy from school. He was driving his motorcycle along the Beckersteath main road when a motor car drove up. The occupants opened fire on Mr. Wilmot and the children. They were rushed to the hospital where Mr. Wilmot was pronounced dead. The news was informed that the 8-year-old boy sustained bullet wounds to the chest and the neck and has been admitted in serious condition. Mr. Wilmot's daughter sustained multiple injuries after she fell from the motorbike. She was treated at hospital. The police are keeping a close watch on the Cambridge community, as Mr. Wilmot was the brother of Delano Prickeboy Wilmot, who was fatally shot by the security forces in 2020. Delano Wilmot had been on the police's most wanted list. Police are positive about a breakthrough in Spring Village fatal attack. Commander of the St. Catherine South Police Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips says it will only be a matter of time before investigators make a significant breakthrough into Sunday's fatal attack on spectators at a football match in Spring Village, St. Catherine. Phillips says the police are receiving positive cooperation in the investigation, noting that some of the force's brightest minds are leading the probe. He says a manhunt remains ongoing for the attackers. We believe that one of the culprits was indeed hit. We are not able to find that person as yet or have any lead as to where that person might be, but as I said before, the investigation is going on strongly, Phillips disclosed. Phillips, along with National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, and a team from Jamaica Brawlers, led by its chairman Robert Levy, visited the community today. The football match was being held at a Jamaica Brawlers playfield in Spring Village. During the visit, an alleged eyewitness recounted the moment she said she saw one of the gunmen being challenged by a policeman who returned the fire hitting him. Phillips acknowledged that the alleged eyewitness's account is consistent with what the investigation has unraveled so far. 9 persons were shot, 3 fatally, when gunmen in their quest to kill one man who was said to be implicated in a missing firearms scheme opened fire on a group of spectators watching the football match. 2 charged for allegedly scamming US $200,000 from Beachy Stout's account. Men were dragged to court after more than US $200,000 or 32.7 million Jamaican dollars was withdrawn from the account of murder-accused Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald. The accused men, Demar Bryce and Romaine James, appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday to answer to the charges of engaging in a transaction that involves criminal property, possession of criminal property, simple larceny, and a conspiracy to defraud. MacDonald had been incarcerated since August 3, 2020 on a murder charge relating to the death of his second wife, Tonya MacDonald. The allegations are that in July, JMMB Bank made a report to the police in relation to the insurance and encashment of several checks conducted on a joint account maintained by MacDonald. During a review of the account by JMMB Bank staff, it was observed that an account client information form was prepared requesting that there be a change of telephone number and email address on file. The court was told that a renewed driver's license for MacDonald was submitted. The news understands that this change allowed for instructions to be issued to the bank via the new telephone number and email address. The court was also told that the bank received several telephone instructions for checks to be prepared in the accused men's names between July 9, 2021 and June 8, 2022. Checks totaling US $213,300 were made payable to James and Bryce, and the checks were cashed. The men were later arrested and charged after MacDonald was questioned at the lockup he was being held on August 19. Kimberly Whitaker, attorney for Bryce, told the news that her client doesn't work for the bank and the checks totaled 24. Disclosure is expected to be made by September 22. Disclosure is expected to be made by September 22. Female student raped at Oracabessa High School. A female student was raped at the Oracabessa High School in St. Mary on Monday afternoon. The 10th grader was reportedly found unconscious inside a bathroom by other students. Acting principal of Oracabessa High School, Donovan Thomas, confirmed the incident, telling the news that the matter is now in the hands of the police. Mr. Thomas said administrators have been in dialogue with the students' parents, the school's board, and the education ministry.
There was in fact an unfortunate situation or so on, but suffice it to say that the matter is in the hands of the police. We have been in contact with the parents and the board, and the ministry have been dialoguing with the parties so concerned.
Sheldon Kidd, counsel for the Oracabessa division, has condemned the incident and called for the installation of security cameras at Oracabessa High School.
I grieve with the family. I do not know how I would have reacted if it were my child. And I'm begging any student, any staff member that knows about what has happened, please tell the police. Oracabessa High School is one of those schools that have been considered to be violent or have violent acts being carried out. And if security cameras were in this vicinity where the rape has allegedly taken place, then we would have known the perpetrators.
JAS urges government to quickly implement a plan to avert a looming food crisis. Fears of a further escalation of the Russia-Ukraine war are coming closer home, with Linworth Fulton, president of the Jamaica Agricultural Society, urging the government to quickly implement its plan to avert the looming food crisis. Mr. Fulton's call follows Russian President Vladimir Putin's national address on Wednesday, where he pledged to call up 300,000 reservists as part of a partial mobilization of Russian forces to join the war with Ukraine. The JAS president warned that the proposed escalation will exacerbate inflation and lead the world right back into the grains crisis that we are coming out of.
We are going right back into the grains crisis that we are coming out of, and we are going to face a situation where prices are going to continue to rise again, from fertilizer to grains, and that is inflationary in the first place, and it will hit the same food shortage that we are facing now. And we have not made any great progress here to tackle these issues. I need to see more emphasis in pasture development so that we can grow beef and small ruminant here, mostly fed from our own grass and hay and silage, than to be dependent upon imported grains to feed these animals. So I would expect a movement in this direction, which I have not seen.
Jamaica under severe weather alert. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica has issued a severe weather alert for the island, as a tropical depression is expected to develop in the coming days that should impact weather conditions in the country. A strong tropical wave is producing an area of disturbed weather east of the southern Windward Islands and is about to enter the southern Caribbean Sea. The wave is showing signs of becoming better organized, and there is a high potential for development in a tropical depression over the next couple of days, the bulletin said. As the disturbance moves west-northwestward towards the central Caribbean later this week, there is an increasing threat of severe weather to Jamaica as it moves close to the island and over its territorial waters by Saturday morning. It is likely that it would be a tropical cyclone at that point, the release continued. The Met Office went on to warn fishers to complete preparations and be on alert to evacuate should weather conditions become dire. Saint and man accused of stealing cash, blow dryer, and underwear charged. A St. Anne hotel worker who was held in the parish last week with stolen items was charged by detectives on Tuesday. He is 26-year-old Javier Amos of Landswood District in Ochoria, St. Anne. On September 13, a police patrol team accosted and searched Amos and reportedly found several items that matched the description of goods stolen from a house in Landswood District earlier that day. The items included coins, snacks, a blow dryer, and a radio. The police say Amos could not account for the items and was arrested. They say during the investigation that followed, Amos was implicated in a second incident of housebreaking in the community on the same day. In that incident, the occupants reported that the culprit broke a grill, entered and stole underwear, cologne, and $50,000. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.